Hello everyone, and welcome to Geometry CST release question number 80. It says the diagram shows an 8-foot ladder leaning against a wall. The ladder makes a 53-degree angle with the wall, which is closest to the distance up the wall the ladder reaches. So this distance from here to here we're talking about. Let's call it x. Sounds like a good variable to use. I'm not sure I would want to stand on this ladder unless there was somebody holding the base right there with their foot or something very sturdy, because to me I think that thing's going to slip down like crazy unless there's a lot of friction between the ladder and the wall here. That seems like a bit too shallow, or the angle's not steep enough going up here. So I'm not going to stand on that ladder. Maybe you would if your friend, your trusted friend, is right here. So I'm going to say, before anybody goes on that ladder, hey buddy, can you hold that ladder there for me? Thanks. Okay, so what's the closest distance up the wall the ladder reaches? And so we're talking here, we're talking about something that's adjacent to that angle, and we're talking about something that is across from the right angle. That's always the hypotenuse. And so let's write it again. If you watched my other previous 5 or 6 videos, I've written SOHCAHTOA every time. So these all have been trig questions, but it's helpful again. So I'm going to write it down again. Which one uses hypotenuse and adjacent? That's right here. That's cosine. So cosine, we're going to use hypotenuse and adjacent. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. So here it's going to be the cosine of 53 degrees would equal adjacent is x, hypotenuse is 8. And we could make this a fraction. We could put it over 1 and then cross multiply, and we would have 8 times the cosine of 53 would equal x for the, is this x feet? Yes, it's x feet. So it would equal x feet. But we know cosine of 53, based on the information they give us in this little table here, is 0.6 or 0.60. And 8 times 0.60, that would be 8 times 6 is 46, so 8 times 0.6 would be 48, I'm sorry, 8 times 0.6 then would be 4.8. And so my answer right here should be 4.8 feet for the value for x, the distance, the vertical distance up the wall the ladder reaches. That is choice B for number 80.